Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Bosch WGG25401GB washing machine. And what I want to do today is just show you around the washer some of the features and benefits that it offers. Just before I start, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up. What I do is talk about household appliances, do specialise in vacuum cleaners, and there's normally a bit of tech in there as well. So at this time of recording, this is actually part of Bosch's new range of Series 6 washing machines. Now this particular model is the 10kg load and it's got the 1400 spin speed. There are other spin speeds and other load sizes available within the range. We'll post some links below for those. Now some of the main differences between the old range of Series 6 and the new range are the styling. You will notice that if you've had a look at the previous range, I must admit compared to these they look quite dated now. We have got some of the older and the newer models on display, and when you compare the two, these actually look really nice. Also, the other main advantage is the energy efficiency, but I will cover that a bit more in a moment. Now in all of my videos, and I suppose when I talk to customers in the showroom, I'll always say to people to have a measure up first, because you can find that if you're going for a new washing machine, especially if it's a large load size like on this one, then the machines can be a little bit deeper than the current washing machine you've got. So as far as the dimensions, the width is pretty standard, around 60 centimeters or just under 60 centimeters, around 23.5 inches. The height of the machine, again, is pretty standard, around 84.5 centimeters or just over 33 inches. But it's really the depth that's something that you need to have a look at. And if you go into the front here, you're looking around 22.5 inches or around 57, just over 57 centimeters. If you wanted to include the door as well, then from the very back of the machine, then you're looking around 25 inches or around 64 centimeters. So when you want to use the machine, you've got the program selector in the middle. You can rotate it either way, doesn't really matter. But I must say, on first impression, I love this display. Traditionally, Bosch have tended to use red displays, and then as you go to some of the higher end models that they offer, some of the machines are offering this kind of colour. It's like the white LED. I do prefer the white. I must say it's a little bit easier to read compared to the red, so I'm really glad that Bosch have gone with this colour now. As far as the programs, I'm not going to cover all of them. I'll just give you a brief overview as to some of these. You will notice that some of the wash times seem to be quite long, especially if you've had a machine for some time. Say if your machine was 8-10 years old, then wash times have increased, and that's the same on any washing machine. It's not just on this Bosch one. But you do have the option to reduce the time of the wash using this button here called Speed Perfect. So you'll see as standard this cotton program. This will be for a full 10kg load. That will take around 3 hours 15. But if you wanted to speed it up, then you can reduce it down to around an hour and a half. But again, it shows on the display that it's reducing it down to a 5kg load. As you go round, this is the most efficient program. So this is the Eco 40-60 program. And again, it shows you a 10kg load. I must say, I do like that. So when you first select a program, it will give you the load that you can actually put in there, 2 kilograms on the Easy Care. Then that one is 4 kilograms. But I was just going to show you this, the Eco 40-60, because you will find that the amount of water and electricity that this uses is quite a lot less than on quite a few other programs. If you're looking at, say, the 10kg load, so on this one, the Eco 40-60, you're looking around 60 litres of water. Now that can make a huge difference compared to especially the cotton program. So cotton program on the same wash load at 10 kilograms at 40 degrees, you're looking around 88 litres of water. So it's 28 litres of water difference between these two programs. So that is a huge difference. I know if you follow me on YouTube for a while, then you'll notice that I'm not a huge fan of instructions. I normally like to work things out for myself. But I must say, what I would recommend, have a look through the instructions when you buy this machine, or if you decide to buy it, because there is a chart at the back. That's just what I'm referring to, and it's showing the amount of water, electricity that it's going to use for each program. And the main reason for that is if you can, because on the display you don't know how energy efficient it is. I know it gives you the time on here, so that's showing at 3 hours 15, 3 hours 50. So to be fair, it takes a little bit longer. But if you can save money or electricity and water by running that program, then that could be worth it. And some of the other standard programs, so you've got things like the Delicates and Silk, You've got the woolen programs here, and then the mixed load. Mixed load always tends to be a popular one. I suppose that's just a good general program, but it is maximum 4 kilograms. But you will find it's only an hour, and the water consumption, that's around 42 litres, so that's not too bad as well. You do have the option for things like rinse or rinse and spin as you come round to, so you've got the spin only program. The drum clean is always a popular one. That's basically a program that's designed to clean the machine or to keep it well maintained. As it showed on there, that it is 0 kilograms, so you don't put any washing in with it. You can put different detergents or cleaners in with it as well if you want to, but most of the time manufacturers like Bosch will recommend that you use this program, say, once a month. But personally I always say it depends on the temperature of the programs that you're washing at in between. If you're a sort of person that wants to wash at, say, 20 or 30 degrees, then I'd recommend definitely doing the program once a month to help maintain the cleanliness of the machine. If you're a sort of person that was going to wash at, say, 40 or in 60 degrees, or the odd 90 degree program, if you're doing your towels, then I suppose the drum clean isn't quite as important. But that's something to, I suppose, keep an eye on. But it's something we always recommend to do it from the word go. Even though you've got a brand new machine, after a month, still start to use the drum clean program. As you come around, you've got other specialised options. So you've got the jeans dark wash. You will notice that on some of these programs, like the jeans sportswear duvet, I suppose some of you will be thinking, well, why do I want to just put sportswear in on that program? But you'll find the way it washes, the way it will rinse, and especially the spinning operation, things like on the duvet option, will be completely different to how it will operate on, say, the cotton programs. And a couple of final programs to show you. First of all is this one, super quick, 15 and 30. Now on Bosch and the sister company Siemens Appliances, this is probably one of the most popular programs that I suppose helps to sell the machines. And essentially these are 15 and 30 minute programs. So as you can see, it shows 30 minutes on there. And if you were to press the speed perfect button, then that reduces it down to 15 minutes. On the 15-minute program, you're looking around a 2 kilogram load. And then as you revert back to the 30-minute program, then it's up to a 4 kilogram load. This kind of program is really good for, I suppose, freshening up clothes, or if you just got a couple of items that you just want to give a quick wash. I always say don't expect it to do a full and proper wash within 15 or 30 minutes. These are really freshen up programs. As far as the final program on here to show you, this is the Hygiene Plus. If you've got somebody in the household that suffers with things like allergies, then this could be a really good one to pick. Really designed for things like cottons, linens or blended fabrics. And what it will do is it will actually maintain a higher temperature for a longer period throughout the wash. So what normally will happen is it will raise, on any other program, it will raise the temperature and it will maintain it for a short period, but then it will start to reduce. But with the Hygiene Plus option, then it maintains a higher temperature. And this really helps to kill any bugs that are within the clothes. So if you have got any people within the house with allergies, then that can really help. So I'll just show you the options along the bottom here. The first option is called anti-stain. You've actually got 4 settings on here. And what this will do, this will actually change the way that the wash is performed depending on the stain that you've got. So the first one is blood. And then the next one, that is grass. Then you've got red wine, and then the final one is grease or oil. And you will see that it can change the wash time a little bit. So on the, for example, the Hygiene Plus, it's at 3 hours 14, then it goes up to 4 hours 53. So it does increase the wash time quite a lot. On that, 3:14, 3:19, and then 3:19 again. And then the next option here is the temperature. So I'll just show you that. Let's just come back around to the cotton program. You will find on a lot of the programs that you can change the temperature. Clearly, depending on the program, if you were to select the woolen program, you can't go all the way up to 90 degrees. But just show you, so it's 90, 60, 40, 30, 20, and then cold. So that will just wash in the temperature of the water that's arriving into the machine. Spin speed again, you can change it. So 14, 1200, 800, 600 RPM, 400, and you do have an option on here for reduced ironing. So that's really good. If you're, I suppose, washing things like shirts or blouses or trousers, and if you know you want to iron them afterwards, then that's quite a good option to select the reduced ironing, and it just helps to avoid the creasing within the clothes. It does reduce the spin speed, so even if you were to change that, you can't go back up to the 1400 because it almost defeats the object. You have got pre-wash on here, so pre-wash is still an option on washing machines. We do tend to find a lot of people are not really using pre-wash now. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I think a lot of people are washing clothes a bit more often, so there's probably less need to use pre-wash. Unless you've got kids with things like football kits or rugby kits, then that could be a really good lifesaver for you. You've got the water and the rinse plus. So if you've got somebody in the household that suffers with things like allergies, and if you want to just add an extra rinse program onto the end, then just press that button there. The finishing is a time delay option, so you can delay the start of the program by up to 24 hours. It does go up in half-an-hour increments to start with, but as I say, you can go up to 24 hours and then it reverts back to the normal time. Then you've got the start and reload at the end here. I've already covered the speed perfect, but start and reload, clearly that's to start the program, but reload is a good option. So if you started the wash, as long as it's not taken too much water in, then you do have the option to pop something in that you've missed. You'll find the machine uses something called active water plus technology, and essentially what that will do is that will actually measure the amount of water that is required for the wash. So what it will do at the beginning of the wash, it will send in a certain small amount of water depending on how much is saturated, and also it can depend on the fabrics themselves. So depending on how much is saturated, then it will know roughly how much water is required for the wash. And that can save a huge amount of water and essentially electricity as well, because if you've only got a smaller amount of water arriving in the machine, then you don't need as much electricity to heat the water up. So that's something that's really good within the machine. You'll find that the door opening is a lot easier on this range of machines. You've got an indent within the door at the top here, so it just makes life a lot easier. On the previous style of machines, you had it round the side here, so I'm really pleased that Bosch have changed that. I'm pleased to see that Bosch is still using metal door hinges and catches. It's something I always point out, but some of the cheaper brands are still insistent on putting plastic hinges and door catches, and unfortunately over the span of the machine, then that can be one of the first things to break. You've got quite a nice large porthole to make it easier to get the clothes in and out of. Clearly being a 10 kg drum, then it's nice to have a big porthole to get the clothes in and out of. Also, if you've forgotten something in there, it just makes life a little bit easier for you. At the bottom here, you've got access to the pump. This is really good, and again, Bosch and Siemens have always done this they've done it for many years. Put it at the front here. You've got a little hose, so if for some reason, if you had a power cut or if you needed access to the pump, and if you needed to empty water out of the machine, it's ever so easy with that little pipe. Just get a bowl or a tray or something, and then it doesn't take too long to empty that. The soap drawer itself is simply laid out. So you've got pre-wash, main wash, conditioner as standard. You have got the little blue flap in here, so if you wanted to use liquids, then just pull that down. That's really good because it saves the liquid running away before you use it. If you did want to use, say, some of the gel pouches, which we don't normally recommend, but if you did want to use those, and if you're putting it in the soap drawer, then just pop that up, or even powder, again, just pop that up to just help the flow of everything during the wash. You've got the option to take the soap drawer out, so just press the button in the middle. You can get that nice and clean in hot water, and then pop it back in and you're ready to go. I'll just show you around the back of the machine quickly. So if you're installing this yourself, then you do have to make sure that you take these 4 bolts out. You just got the 4 transit bolts. That's imperative to take out. If you don't, then it will damage the machine, and that won't be covered under the manufacturer's 2-year warranty. You will find you've got the waste hose at the top left here. You do get a new hose, just show you that. So you do get the new hose with it. That connects just at the top right here, and then you've got the mains connection down at the bottom left. And if you're wondering what these cheeky little things are, they're in the packet of instructions. They're designed so that once you've taken the transit bolts out, that you just pop those in, they just clip in. Just show you the energy label on the machine. As you can see, it's a C energy rating, which actually for this load size is actually very good. If you're comparing it to other manufacturers, then that's actually a very good rating. 67 kilowatt hours per 100 cycles. It's just showing that it's a 10 kilogram load, and you've got some other information as far as the water consumption and the noise level. If you're thinking of buying one of these machines, I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. Hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Bosch WGG25401GB washing machine. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up, click subscribe, leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad about the video. If there's something I've missed, then just pop it in the comments. Or if you've got any questions on the appliance, then I've got one on display, then just pop it in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.